This is Just AMZN on Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. We hit it. We came right down here and we hit the X. So I just talked about getting down here. I did not expect us to open here and fade. So we made a really strong bounce right off of the bottom of this channel that has been drawn in since it hit up here and kind of extended down here where it touched this low, and we were just waiting for it to hit another low, and sure enough it got there. Looks like I'm a day off. It looks like there's an actual X the very next day, and it looks like there's an X tomorrow here. Still could come back down. Maybe this is just a retest. I mean, it is a retest. It's a bearish retest gap. So today was a retest of a bearish gap, filled that gap, and we really could just roll back down. There's still a lot of bearishness overall in the market. So it's entirely possible we go right back down through this tomorrow or the next day. I mean, if I'm off by one day ahead of the X, maybe I could be off another day behind the X. I don't know. I'm just saying this is really cool to see this kind of a move, you know, hitting X marks the spot at the high and then at the low. So let's jump into the day. So gap down. Actually, let's jump into the 3100 put that we were looking at yesterday. So this is Monday, and you can see what happened right out the gate. So if anybody was in this and held on, it went from this $8 price we were talking about and went up like huge. I don't even know how many R's that would be if you were in at 8 and held on. And anyway, from way up here, sold off very sharply. Like I said, this was a strong gap down into a support. We had run into this area as resistance back here, and so we broke through that over here. We just came back down and retested that area as old support. I'm sorry, old resistance, new support, at least for now. And so we got a really strong rally off of that, which meant the put suffered, came all the way back down into yesterday's highs, and really gave us a good framework to be getting into anything with the calls. So as this is selling off, you could be getting into calls. It's just a matter of finding the right price, finding the right range. We actually did have this candle that was less than $1. This is the 3300 call, which looked like would have no life in it after this candle came in. There's no way we'd get anywhere close to 3300. And here we are already, retracing, making some bullish moves. So getting in on this candle or setting up a trade to get in later off that candle would have been these guys right here, these small candles right here. Even could have tightened up the range a little bit, the entry a little bit lower, the stop a little bit lower. I would not have liked to have a stop at 4, like getting into this 5 by 4. That would have been really, really tough. I'm guessing maybe somebody could have been stopped out and maybe there just wasn't a print at 4. Like there wasn't somebody there, but yeah, these really small candles, and then to go up from there and just to keep going up, 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 even this lower wick came right back into these candles. So, again, round numbers, 3,300, 3,100, we're really close to the 3,100 price, obviously. But we spent the day above 3,200. So we were actually closer to where the call prices were. I'm sorry, closer to the call strike than we were to the put strike. But the options through here, so the put options through here and the call options, pretty much all of these lows were in the same kind of range, like $8 to $10. I guess we got a little bit lower through here on the puts. But even though we were closer on the calls, the puts seem to be, what was I going to say? The calls were actually a little bit more, but the lows were in the same range. And then the puts were actually, the highs were in the same range, but the lows were not. So I guess that makes sense. It does seem like we're playing out being a little bit closer there. We nearly touched 32.40. Let's see, 32.37.99. I was in a trade playing this bullish here. I somehow had an order at 8, got filled at 8. I think it was on this candle. No, it was on this candle. I set it up at 8, got filled on this candle. I sent the order like right after this candle went in. And then somehow it filled on the low. So I got filled on the $8 price right here. I think it was at 11:57. So it came down and then immediately started to work. And I'm like, okay, this is working really quickly. We got up to my 3-hour target at 11 very quickly. So I canceled that order and I moved my target up to 16, which we didn't get to. Moved my target up to 16, got my stop up to about 10:50, and then waited for this candle and got my stop to 11, actually 11:50. And up here, I was debating, do I just get out of this because we pushed above these highs? Is this going to continue to run? It looked like it had some more room to go, at least to get back up to this red line, retesting that old support zone and that we broke down from just yesterday. And it didn't get there. If we had pushed up to this level to 32.50 or 32.48.95, I think this would have hit 16. That's what I was looking for. So that was the setup. So with that stop at 11:50, I got trailed out here at 11:41. So good move. Got 3.41 Rs on that. It was great. Was glad to be out as this came all the way back down here. And it came back so quickly. It's like, oh, maybe there was a bearish play that I wasn't really watching. So I'm going to zoom in on the put, the 3100 put. And I take that back. I was watching it, but I just was too slow to get into that. And so this was where it was reversing. It put in a really good reversal here. As it was printing some highs here, new high on the day after it had this huge move. Let's see, what was the range on the day? So the range on the day was over 100 points. So yeah, I was hoping for it to continue up to this level. The line's right there. Like it could have just pushed up there and gotten it and made me hit my 8-hour target instead, and it was at about I was up about 5 hours right here, because I was in at 8 and it was hovering around 13, almost got to 14. And I felt like moving my stop up to 12, but I'm like, no, I think it's definitely going to hit 12. Maybe it won't hit 11:50. And right after getting out at 11:50 or 11:41, getting trailed out there, it pushed back above 12. It's like, there it goes, it's going to go now. And then it didn't. So like I said, it was good to be out of that one when it pulled back. But even on this candle as it's pulling back, that matched up with this candle on the put. Kind of looks identical to this one, just bullish. And even here, you had an opportunity to get in like low sevens, maybe 7 exactly, 750 with a stop down at 650. And then that actually moved. I was about to say it moved 3R, but it didn't, did it? 750, that would have been 1050. No, it did not. So where would this have been a good place to get out as this is coming down to 8 again? And look at that. It came right back down to 8. I should have been buying this at 8 all day. 8, 790, 795, 790. Yeah, I could have just bought all through here. No, that's not what I'm trying to highlight. There we go. I could have been buying all through here at 8 and just flipping it for 2 hours or more all day. 2 hours would have been solid. Every time it touched 8, it moved up at least 2 hours, but moved up to 5 on this one and moved up to 2.7 on that one and moved up to 3.5 on that one and moved up to 2.2 on that one. So if you had bought at 8 all through here, you would have been up many, many R's if you had gotten out at the highs, which, you're not going to buy, you're not going to sell the high, but I can claim today I bought this low. So, it's very rare to have it happen. Normally it puts in another low, like even going down to 790, you didn't buy the low. Somehow I bought the low. So we'll see if it ever happens again. All right. So yeah, when this was coming down to that level, this price, just get out. That's a good target hit. A target on the call, is a good place. I'm sorry, a buy location on the call is a good place to have a target on the put and just get out. So if you're in at 7, let's say you're in at 750, you're out at 950, 2 hours, or you get out at 9, 1.5 hours, still good. And then, okay, so this bounced, then it came back down here. Let's see, was there any good place to buy it? No, it didn't really put in a clean level. Could have been buying at 7 again on this put. but it pulled back almost all the way to 6. Again, could have stopped somebody out if they had a stop at 6 or got scared, moved the stop up at 650, moving out, and then it still moved up. But this was a little bit choppy. Let's see, I did look to get in. No, I was in the 33.25 call later. So this one was lighter volume, but I liked the level. So I was in. I think I got in at 6. No, not 6. No, I got in at 5. Hang on. I'm going to pause. Let me check real quick. Pause share. No, I'm going to pause recording. Pause recording. And resume recording. Okay. So I just checked. So I set up the order to get in at 5. It filled at 217. So I guess 7 was a good number today. So I got into the 3300 call at 11:57. I get into the 3325 call at 2:37. And did I buy the low again? Okay, so I got filled at 5 with a stop at 4 and a target of 8 because it'd gone there earlier from here to here, and then it had gone there earlier from here over to here. So I was looking for this to again push back up to this line. It didn't want to do it again. I think we'll touch this line tomorrow. 32, 48, 95. If we can keep moving up. So right now after hours, 32.17, 32.19, $2 spread. So yeah, so then because it's so late in the day, I can't have an order. I can't really follow the same rule of moving my stop after 35 minutes because it's so late in the day. So from 2:17, 35 minutes later would be way over here. And it's like, okay, it's too easy to just lose. So I'm just going to trail this thing as it starts going up, and had my stop at 550, had my stop at 6 pretty quickly. And there was, I moved my target down from 8 to 7 because it's like, oh, look, it could get there. It could get me another 2R. It actually, what prices actually printed don't do this justice. It actually showed on the spread that like the bid and the ask, like they were straddling 7. So like 705, 710, 715, and then like 685, 695. It didn't fill me to get out at 7. I had the order in to have the target, to have the sell limit at 7 and a stop at 6. And it came right back down on this candle, and I got stopped out at 590. So I'm the low. So I'm the low on this candle, and I'm the low on this candle. I think that filled at 234 in the afternoon. So I was not in this one for very long. Really just kind of scalped an R off of this, looking for the same move that I was in here. Just, if it had put in the move, getting in, what was it here? 11:57. So if it had moved this amount, this range over here, it just looks like it would get there, but it didn't get there. So anyway, but yeah, so those are the winning trades. I did lose an R earlier, trying to go bearish over here, looking at like a double top sort of thing, thinking we'll just roll over. So I was buying not the 31, the 3050 put over here somewhere, and it just continued to run. And so yeah, felt like an idiot, lost an R in that, waited a while, which is the exact terminology I have in my plan. Wait a while, and waited for, so I missed the bullish move trying to go bearish, and it came in over here and set up really nicely to go bullish here. So waited a while for that pullback. So it broke out. I missed the breakout. Didn't want to wait, or didn't want to buy here, thinking it could come back to the 21. Waited so after getting stopped out, which was some time, I think it was 10:26. Somehow I got stopped out way up here. So I think having been in the 3050 put, where I bought, I think does that make sense? Yeah, I think I bought 7 by 6. So let's see. Because I like that it came right back down. So this candle, oh, it was on that candle I got filled. So I bought 7x6. Yeah. So I was out in like 10 minutes. Looking for it to just trap a few more bulls, hold this level from yesterday that we were coming back down into, that we already bounced off of here. So basically I missed this move. I missed this kind of a rollover move here and thought, oh, we'll do it again off the 21 here. And we actually, yeah, just where I had the order, it didn't look like it was getting in the right direction at all. So there you go. So that's what happened. 7x6 had a little slippage. Actually got stopped out at 593. I think I lost 1.07R. So minus 1.07R to start out the day on this hugely bullish move. And, I'm going the wrong direction. Next trade made 3.41R. Next trade made 0.9R, which really should have been 2. And I was watching that one. It's like, okay, how much more can I move it? It's right on the price. If I had moved my target down to 1.9 instead of 2R over here, I think it would have filled. I think I would have filled for 6.9. It didn't even print a price there. So yeah, it's just lighter volume. So that's the risk on lighter volume, is that you're not going to get filled at the price, even if the spread is printing up there. So yeah, that, and then yeah, this didn't recover. So that's why we're looking at the 3100 put, because you can actually see some little moves off of this, which helps with setting up kind of the bullish move. So if I zoom in down here, it's easier to see. So you do have some bounces, from 7, from 657. So you have these bounces here. It's just a lot of chop through here. So it's hard to get, a clean level. And then all of this was, again, just a good place to buy at like 5 on the 3325 call, and a good level to buy at 8 on the 3300 call. So just some good levels. The $8 price we talked about, was that 33.50? We talked about yesterday. $8 price? Is that what it was? No, thinking something else. Oh, no, it was $8 price here on the 3100. Yeah, so we just talked about how this came down to $8 price. And so being pleasantly surprised to hit an $8 entry on the 3300 call today, after having just talked about $8. So we'll look for $8 lows tomorrow, see if we can get something like that, because it seems to be showing up. So $8 was the place to buy here, and $8 was the price we talked about. That was the place to be buying yesterday through here. And then it continued to go up. So the put was the place to be buying at 8. The 3100 put was the place to be buying at 8 yesterday. The 3300 call was the place to be buying at 8 today. And I don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. Hope this helps. This is Just AMZN. Thanks.